Hello, welcome to Funk Film Reviews. This is Corey Funk, and now I am doing my review for my favorite movie. This is the last quick review for my favorites when I started out with the full video, and then I'm doing these short little quick ones. This is my last quick review for the year 2023, which was last year. And my favorite film that was last year won the Oscar for animated feature film, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. There's a Japanese version and there's an English version, and the English version has voices like I can't remember who plays the Mahito, the main character, but the heron is played by Robert Pattinson. His father is played by Christian Bale. There's also Dave Bautista plays the Parrot King. Willem Dafoe plays the Noble Pelican. Mark Hamill plays the Great Uncle. Florence Pugh is in it. And yeah, it's got a lot of amazing actors and all that doing amazing voices. And it starts out, the boy Mahito is starts out, there's a big fire in Japan and all that, and he's running, and his mother dies in the fire, and then he goes to live with his new stepmother and his father. And his stepmother is having, and her name is Natsuko, she's having a baby and all that. And then he goes living with her, and the stepfather, who builds weapons of war and all that, ends up meeting this heron and all that, which is voiced by Robert Pattinson. And then the heron takes him to this little area, and Natsuko goes missing as well, and the heron takes him into this type castle that's in the backyard and all that, and into this other world where you get to meet all the parakeets and the Parakeet King, Dave Bautista, and the Wari, or I think that's how you pronounce them. And yeah, this movie is a beautiful masterpiece. It's called The Boy and the Heron. It's directed by Hayao Miyazaki, which is probably going to be his last film. And he also directed amazing films like Spirited Away and The Wind Rises and My Neighbor Totoro and Ponyo and Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke. He directed all those Studio Ghibli films. And this is the third animated feature film that's on my list, and it's the third one that is my favorite film of a certain year, and it happens to be my favorite film of the year 2023. The Boy and the Heron is just, to me, it's an utter masterpiece. I remember one guy watched, he said, "Oh, I took my kid." The Boy and the Heron to me is a PG-13 movie, and it's not actually, yes, it's animated, but I don't look at it like a kid's film. I look at it kind of like a film going into, and he's also finds this book that's called How Do You Live, which in the Japanese version, it's called How Do You Live. And this is a book that Hayao Miyazaki himself read when he was a kid, and it was his favorite book. So it's loosely based off that. How do you live? And Joe Hisaishi there, his score is utterly beautiful, and I don't get how that score got taken. They got taken out by Oscar nomination for The Dial of Destiny. I love the first three Indiana Jones movies. After The Last Crusade, the other two are just god awful because I don't like seeing Indiana Jones age to a point where it's not believable. So. But yeah, The Boy and the Heron to me is my favorite film of the year 2023, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. It has just how Miyazaki knows how to tell a story, and as much as I like Spirited Away, and that's most everybody's favorite Hayao Miyazaki film, some people it's Princess Mononoke, which is also really good, but his last one, his magnum opus, and The Boy and the Heron happens to be mine, but he had many other ones that ended up being on my top 10 list. Like The Wind Rises was my third favorite film of that year, and Spirited Away was also in my top films. Didn't quite make it above Road to Perdition, but The Boy and the Heron ended up being that film that really, really spoke to me in such a beautiful animated way. And another reason why I kind of started this, I might point these out every once of these short reviews or other reviews, is I remember I used to watch like these Watch Mojo videos and all that, and Watch Mojo has now become one of the biggest movie list jokes out there. Because nothing against Beyond the Spider-Verse. It was a good film, but they said it was their favorite film, and all these critics at one point when we were saying like, oh, they're pushing for it to be an animated feature film to get a Best Picture nomination. But no, if Boy and the Heron didn't get a Best Picture nomination, then I don't think Beyond the Spider-Verse deserves a Best Picture nomination. And Across the Spider-Verse is still a better film in my book. But yes, like I do like Beyond the Spider-Verse. It wasn't my top 10, but The Boy and the Heron was just something so original. Yes, Spider-Man, everybody's got Spider-Man IP, but The Boy and the Heron just made these new characters and made me fall in love with these characters. And just, I fell in love with this film to the point where I'm going to tell, out of so far all the movies that have come out this decade of the 2010s, and Oppenheimer was actually my second favorite film of the year, of that year, but of the 2020 decades, the 2020 decades, so far, The Boy and the Heron is my favorite of this decade. I absolutely fucking love The Boy and the Heron. It is a double gold. It is a masterpiece of a film. And like I said, nothing against you Beyond the Spider-Verse fans. It was a good movie, but Boy and the Heron to me was just a better film. And if that didn't get a Best Picture nom, which I would have loved for it to get a Best Picture nomination, because it was so better than movies like Maestro, which I don't get was in that category. I didn't like Maestro. I like Bradley Cooper, just not in that role. But yeah, The Boy and the Heron, it's a double gold film, and it is my favorite film of 2023, and so far my favorite film of the 2020 decades. It's a beautiful, beautiful film. And yes, double gold, Boy and the Heron, best film of 2023. Thank you very much. My name is Corey Funk. You have yourself a wonderful day.